Hello and welcome to day 7 of the Kickstart Your Running in 21 Days project. Hope you've enjoyed the previous 6 days. Today's activity is going to be all about liking yourself. There's an African American proverb that I really like. That goes like this. Nobody will think you're somebody unless you think so yourself. And for many of us, focusing on liking yourself can make us feel pretty uncomfortable. However, from my own experience, I've found that it makes a powerful difference to make decisions to actually like ourselves more, to like yourself more, and makes a huge difference to your life, but also your running as well. And I'll explain a bit more about that as we go through this. One easy trap that we often fall into is that we confuse being liked with liking yourself. We often give up our own power to other people in the hope that they might like us, which is a pretty slippery slope to start to slide down. On the other hand, liking yourself actually gives you power and strength. If you want someone else to like and respect you, then it makes sense to start with liking and respecting yourself. Deciding to do this can have huge implications for us as runners. For example, if you rely on other people for validations, then you're going to be giving your power to other people and letting them decide really how you feel. Which is not a very powerful situation. Learning to like yourself gets you out of that cycle and also helps to increase your inner stability. It also becomes easier to have more fun and to be more relaxed because you don't need to try hard to be somebody else that you think that they might like you to be, rather than be yourself. Being yourself is a powerful place to be. When you decide to like yourself more, then there'll be fewer self-made obstacles for you on the path to your success. So for today's activity, we're going to do something a little different from anything that you've done so far on this project. So what I'd like you to do is to think of one thing that you like about yourself. This could be your sense of fun, or your patience, or your compassion. That gives you a few examples. So just choose one thing that you like about yourself. And then, as usual, having asked you to think about it, then I'm going to ask you to hold on to that thought. And then in the meantime, then we're going to start to get relaxed and get into a place where you can get comfortable so we can start this activity, this session. So as usual, make sure you're in a place you're not going to be disturbed. Make sure your phone ringer is turned off, and get yourself onto a chair or a sofa, or place on the floor, or maybe even on the bed. That can often be a comfortable place to stretch out and relax. So then once you're in a position where you can start to get comfortable, then we're going to start as usual with 3 big deep breaths. And then, as usual, once you've taken that 3rd deep breath, then just start to gently breathe easily, and let your eyelids gently close and start to get relaxed. And then just be aware of your body sinking into the chair or the sofa or the floor or the bed underneath you. And then turn your attention to your breathing. So count each in-breath as one, each out-breath as one. Count up to 10 and then start over again and cycle through that 4 or 5 times. And now bring into your imagination the one thing that you liked about yourself. And we're going to do a very, very cool mind trick to help you work on this. So bring into your imagination that one thing, and what I'd like you to do is to create like a movie in your mind of this one thing that you like about yourself. What I mean by this is think about an instance recently where you had some kind of interaction with somebody or an animal or a work colleague, partner, lover, family member, whatever it was. And think of this one thing that you like about yourself and create an interaction. So create a movie in your mind. And this movie is a great opportunity to include all the details you remember of this interaction. So make this movie as clear in your mind as you can. So it contains all the details. So use every sense and just be aware of everything that's happening in this movie as you move your way through it. And now you have that clear in your mind, then I'd like you to think or notice how bright this movie is, how colorful it is. What's the noise level? Is there any noise at all? How are you feeling emotionally? What are you hearing? Is there any taste involved? Anything like that. So kind of check in with your senses and just notice all the kind of levels, saturation and hue and everything in this movie. Because this is your imagination, then we're now going to play with this movie. So now we're going to amplify, we're going to turn up different aspects of this movie. So if the movie was not quite bright, then just think about turning up the brightness control. Yeah? So just like the brightness control on a screen of some kind like that, then just think about turning up the brightness control. So your movie becomes a little bit brighter. And then think about the color control. Yeah, so make it so the colors are even sharper, even more vivid. And talking of sharpness, is there any possibility of making the movie a little more focused? So it's maybe a little bit out of focus, make it even more focused now. And then if there's any sounds, then can you turn up the sounds so that this now becomes just a little bit louder. And then in terms of what you're feeling emotionally, then think about turning up that level as well. Yeah? So if your heart is warm, then just turn up the heat. Just turn up the temperature of your heart as well. Maybe there's laughter involved and just make it even more raucous. Yeah. Whatever it takes. So the idea here is that you are turning up all the senses involved in making this movie. And by doing this, then you're actually amplifying what you like about yourself. Yeah. You're taking this opportunity to turn up the brightness, the color, the volume, whatever the aspects are, in terms of everything that you like, this thing about yourself. So just spend a minute or two just playing and tweaking this movie in your mind and just notice how that makes you feel. Yeah. That for this interaction, that this thing you like about yourself, that this can actually become something even better than you remember. Yeah. and then return to the present. And so we're going to take 3 deep breaths again. And then whenever you're ready, gently open your eyes and take a stretch and welcome yourself back into the room or wherever you are. So congratulations, that's your activity for day 7, and congratulations on making it through the first 7 days of this 21-day project. Really hope you enjoyed that. It's a really cool mind trick, a mind technique, and but it works really well and very powerfully, and it's something you can apply to a whole host of situations. But just wanted to introduce it to you and hope you really got something from that. So look out for the next day, day 8, and yeah, keep the faith. You're doing a great job. Thank you for coming on this journey with me, and look forward to seeing you for the next day. Take care. Bye bye for now.